I'm not a reporter, but... Memorable day. Yeah, sure is. All right, well, take care. You too. Yeah. Starting to get crowded again. Huh. Oh no. She was sitting at her desk when it happened. Did she get out? Got out. Trying to get across on the phone right now. Oh my God. Thank God. She got out when she did.
Was she in the second building? Or?
First building. Heard the noise. She was sitting right at her desk.
What floor?
I don't know what floor. I think 20 something. Which is high, but isn't as high as, you know, you can get out. I know they have over 100 floors, I think. Yes, that's what I heard. But 21 isn't.
Was she there in that first bombing?
Oh, yeah.
That they had a long time ago?
No, no.
She wasn't working there?
No, she wasn't.
What someone worked there after that first bombing? I mean, I would be scared of that. No way I'm going to work in that building. No way.
Well, no one's working anywhere. It's gone. Isn't that amazing? It's gone. Oh, can't believe it. I don't want you leaning over this thing.
I think they would have a fence.
I know, this is very for all these years.
So easy for a kid to fall over.
Yeah, even like down there. Yep, that's dangerous too. I was standing over there before. That made me nervous.
All
right, let's go.
Stand on the rock. Slip.
Actually, I had one guy help me out, and one guy didn't. I was afraid I was going to fall. This is a better view than
This is black and white?
Yeah, they have a light.
Now, reporting our congressional correspondent, Kate Snow, you're looking at a picture of the Pentagon Live. There's smoke billowing out of our military command in the United States. If you look at these pictures, I'm going to turn it over right now to our congressional correspondent, Kate Snow, who has with her two members of Congress. Okay? Judy is going to be in touch with members of Congress that has been reporting the Capitol has been shut down. You can see it behind me here. You can see that everything's fine there. But it is a state of lockdown and evacuate the Capitol. We want you to hear on the roof.
Too, right? Or
well, I managed to stay away from the wave of smoke, so from that perspective, I guess I did fairly well. But there were a lot of people running, and it seemed as I walked uptown, the further uptown I got, the less chaotic the situation was.
Were you able to talk to some of those people there that were running? Did you stop it? Were you able to stop it?
I did. In fact, I spoke to one gentleman who was on a ferry coming down the Hudson as number one was hit. And
what did he say?
Well, he was actually reading his paper and heard it and looked up and said that at that point the ferry, which was supposed to stop at the World Financial Center, just kept right on going and stopped elsewhere downtown. But there was a lot of chaos and concern aboard the boat because people didn't know at that point what was going on.
Now, on another note, trading, as you know, has halted on Wall Street. And there are a number of investment companies that are located right down in that area, of course. What is the status now as far as tomorrow? Do you have any information, since that is your line of work?
I've heard nothing specifically other than the fact that the New York Stock Exchange is holding a conference call later on this afternoon. Pure speculation on my part, cannot imagine, just in terms of the logistics of getting people in and out of downtown Manhattan, that they can open up, certainly not tomorrow.
They've talked about how other buildings, I mean, the mayor was saying it's still unclear what other...
Very heavy Manhattan bound as a result, but not bad in Brooklyn. Williamsburg Bridge in good shape, no troubles at the Whitestone, Broxnecker, Triborough. On Staten Island, eastbound 287 heavy from the Goethals to Clove Road. The left lane there closed for emergency vehicle use only. Alternate side parking is suspended in Manhattan only. Now here's the WCBS Weather Channel forecast.
Clouds very few and far between for the balance of the weekend, and rather cool with lows tonight, upper 40s to lower 50s, depending on whether you're in town or well outside. Clear skies. Sunny on Sunday, lower 70s, mid-70s for Monday. At the Weather Channel, Mark Woolsey, WCBS 880 News.
Attack on America. Continuing coverage with the resources of CBS News and the news team here on WCBS 880.
A second arrest warrant has been issued in New York for a material witness in the attacks investigation on the World Trade Center complex. President Bush is saying U.S. troops will hunt down those terrorists and smoke them out of their holes. The president also declares a national day of emergency, giving military the authority to call 50,000 reservists to active duty. Right now, Fennell was at the funeral for Fire Chief Peter Gansey.
Mayor Giuliani spoke of the chief of department, saying that Chief Gansey decided a long time ago the way he wanted to die. He wanted to be rescuing people, saving lives, and that's the way he did it. He sent his men north, out of the way of the crumbling towers, and he went south. The fire department has been devastated by its losses, said the mayor.
Yeah, we're being tested. American democracy is being tested. I can't think of how often I've heard said that the democracy does not come at a low price. You pay a very big price for democracy.
We do have the strength, said the mayor, to get through this. In Farmingdale, Irene Cornell, WCBS 880 News.
And WCBS reporter Peter Haskell attended the funeral for the Reverend Michael Judge.
There's a grim and grieving line of blue here outside St. Francis of Assisi. Firefighters and hundreds of others are listening on speakers and watching on TV monitors as they say goodbye to Father Mike. The Reverend Michael Duffy says this was perfect. Father Mike was doing what he loved best. He was at the World Trade Center in the middle of the action, and he was ministering to a fallen firefighter. And he said it was appropriate that the first death certificate filed in this tragedy was that of Father Mike, because many others would follow.
So strange. So strange.
This is what it looked like. It's coming just close.
To Americans saying whoever believes or saying rather this has been a threat to freedom. He went on to say this is a criminal attack on innocent civilians, and he called it a turning point in the war against international terrorism. He went on to say, he said, even if this war is long, there will be no room for terrorists to find refuge. He also said that tomorrow in Israel will be a day of mourning. Now we want to go back to the Pentagon, to CNN's military affairs correspondent Jamie McIntyre. You want to pick up where you left off, Jamie.